and I'm here today with my new video, which is all about my March makes. And it's been a while. I seem to only manage to get a monthly vlog out to you at the moment because everything's a bit crazy. Yeah, when I was getting everything ready to film today, I kind of realised that there was a theme with all my makes, and the theme is a really lovely one because it's actually sewing friendships, and all the items that I've made pretty much have a link to someone that I am friends with in the sewing community, either personally or virtually. So I'm going to give shouts out to those people throughout the video because I think it just made me realise that the sewing community is something that I really do cherish, and the friendships that I've made really mean a lot to me. So anyway, I'm going to crack on. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 things to show you. So I'm going to try and be really quick. So first thing I want to talk about is the Suzy dress by Athena Kaku, or AK Patterns as she's also known. I gave a sneak peek in my last video, but unfortunately it hadn't yet been released. But annoyingly, I had lots of trouble getting my vlog up, and by the time it went up, I think it was on the Monday, and I think the pattern had been released in between me filming and getting it uploaded, so that was really annoying. But anyway, I'm going to insert an image of it here. I really love this pattern. I was lucky enough to be one of the testers when it was first planned for release last year, and yes, I actually made 2 versions last year, and I have this which I no longer have, unfortunately, but the new one is made from this really lovely glitter animal print that I got from Pin and Sew, and I really love it. I've worn it lots. Unfortunately, because it's a cotton jersey, it does stick to tights, so I'm looking forward to wearing it a lot more when the weather warms up and I don't have to wear tights. So I also had some scraps left, which I turned into some Nielsen Acacia knickers. I actually had enough left to make 2 pairs, and who doesn't need glittery leopard print underwear? So yes, really great pattern. I've made quite a few pairs, and it's a staple knicker pattern for me. So moving on to the next thing, another new pattern release which I'm really excited about. I was lucky enough to be one of the testers for the 2 Stitches Max shirt. I think I mentioned this in my last video, and it's since been released. So it is a button up or button down, I think there's a difference, but I don't actually know what the difference is, shirt for children. It's got a really good size range. I'm trying to think what it is, but I think it might be 2 years to 12, but I'll put it below just to make sure. It is a really, really lovely shirt. I used a really lovely chambray from Sew by the Sea with neon flecks. I've used this before. I used the blue colourway before, but this is the grey, which was left over from a Stevie top that I made. And the link here is obviously Jenny of Sew by the Sea. I am very, very pleased to say that I know her personally, and she is a wonderful person, very, very kind. And I have been grateful to be involved in helping her business and promote it where I can. But anyway, the 2 Stitches Max shirt pattern is now available. At the minute it's available as a PDF. I think they are planning to release it as a paper pattern in the future, but at the moment it's just a PDF. It does have a copy shop file for those of you who don't like their cutting and sticking, but it's a really nice shirt. I used pearl snaps on mine, but you can obviously do buttonholes if you want to. It has a collar stand and a collar, so it's a 2-piece collar. I think it's called a 2-piece collar if it has a stand and a collar. It's obviously got this yoke, and one of the features that I really like is the cuffs, which I think give it a really professional finish. The way that they are inserted is really nice. It gives a really clean finish. So I would definitely recommend this as a shirt pattern. I made, I think, the size for a 7-year-old because that was my size that I was allocated to test, and I put it on Eden, and he had just turned 8 at the time, and it was slightly short, so I think the sizing is really, really good. The width of it was perfect for him, and I'll insert an image of him wearing it. And he was a little bit disappointed that it was slightly small for him, because he did take a shine to it. Okay, so moving on to the next thing. Something that I'm really, really pleased with, and another thing has a link with friendships. This, I made the Deer and Doe Bluette. I think you say it Bluet, or it might be Bluette. My French is rubbish. But anyway, a Deer and Doe shirt dress pattern. And this fabric is a cotton and steel rifle paper company. No, it's not rifle paper company. A cotton and steel quilting cotton. And I've made something from this before. I made a Carnaby dress, Nina Lee Carnaby dress, and it's called Snap to Grid, and it's got these neon, it's got a neon pattern all over it with a black background. And this fabric was very, very kindly sent to me by the lovely Polly of Polly Foxanne on Instagram. And she sent it to me when she heard about my husband throwing away all my clothes, my summer clothes. She sent it to me and said, with a really, really lovely and thoughtful note, to say that it was in her stash. She knew I'd made a dress out of it previously and how much I liked it. And so she sent it to me to use to replace something from my wardrobe, which was the sweetest thing ever. And I wanted to make something that I knew I was going to wear a lot and that would be special. So there was quite a reasonable amount of meterage there. So yes, I managed to make the Deer and Doe Bluette, whatever it is. And obviously it's a shirt dress. It's got these really, really nice cap sleeves, which I really like. You can also do it sleeveless if you want to. It's got, again, a collar stand and a collar with a button placket all down the front. I'll stand up so you can see it. Obviously buttons all the way down. And it's princess themed. Let me stand back so you can see the length. I didn't do anything to the length. And it is probably about 4 inches above my knee. I got the fit really well on this, and the back, I'm hoping you can see. The one thing I do like about this, because it's princess themed, at the back it doesn't have a pleat, because I'm not really a fan of a pleat in the back of shirt dresses, because I think it makes it a bit blousy. But what I did do with this, because I made the Deer and Doe Magnolia, and I found with that which also has a similar seam lines, that it was slightly too big for me. So for this dress I sized down, and it's perfect. It is snug, but that's how I like it, and I think I got the fit really good, so I would definitely make this again. But what I am going to do is, because the one thing I do like about Deer and Doe patterns is that I think they really think about what it's going to look like on the inside. So when I get changed for my next make, I'm actually going to show you what it looks like on the inside, because I think that's really important. So I'm going to get changed. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I'm changing to the next thing. But yeah, like I said, I just want to show you this from the inside. So obviously it has, I've overlocked all my seams on my dress. You could obviously use French seams if you wanted to. But I just wanted to show you, mainly at the bottom, and this is something that's quite common with Deer and Doe patterns, is that they like to do a hemband, like a facing, and I really like the finish of that. I think it's really neat. I think they've thought about this a lot. It gives structure and weight to the bottom of the skirt, but I think it's a really nice finish. Like I say, I've overlocked mine. Also, the other thing that they do, which again is another thing that's quite common with their patterns, is that they use bias binding around the armholes to make it have a really nice finish around there. So I've done that, and as you can see, all the seams are enclosed for the sleeve cap, which I really like. My finish on the collar was really good. The instructions for this shirt are really good, but it is relatively straightforward as far as shirt dresses / shirts go. I also used one of my lovely Kylie and the Machine labels. I haven't used any of the handmade ones yet, but I use those. But yes, I just wanted to show you what it looks like on the inside, because I'm just as pleased with the inside as I am with the outside. I know it's a bit crumpled. But anyway, yes. So, thank you, Polly, for sending me that lovely fabric, and I hope I've done it justice, because, well, I think I have, because I've already worn it 4 or 5 times, and I am really, really enjoying it. I'm definitely looking forward to making another Bluette in the summer months. So the next thing is this, and this is the Willamette, I hope I'm saying that right as well, the Willamette shirt by Hey Jude. And the link with this shirt is to the lovely Kate. Used to be the Cat's Out the Bag, is now the Frugal Fabric Store, and I think it might be Frugal Fabrics. Frugal Fabrics. Yeah, sorry Kate. But anyway, we have similarities. Our surnames are both Turner, we have twin boys, we have the same overlocker, we obviously have sewing as a common interest, but I've been virtual friends with Kate for quite some time, and we both know what it is like to struggle with twin boys. And I noticed from Instagram that she was having some trouble with early wake-ups. I mean, what mum doesn't, but with twin boys it's really hard. And so I had an old clock which I used to use for the boys to tell them when to get up, and I sent it to her because I was only going to get rid of it anyway, and to say thank you she sent me this lovely fabric. And there was a really nice note in there as well to say that she thought because it had a bit of a vintage style that it would suit me, and she was right. So again, I wanted to make something that was really special, and I had a blouse in mind. The Willamette I'd had in the back of my mind since I saw a lovely one by Jen of Make a Heart, and also Patsy of Patsy Poo Makes, I think that's what she's called, made a lovely version recently as well, which made it jump back into my mind. So I thought I would give it a go, and I'm really pleased with how it turned out. I've had some questions about it on Instagram as to whether I prefer it over the Libby shirt by Sew Over It, and unfortunately I have to say that I do. I think the collar construction is much easier, and although this has a pop-over placket, so as you see there's no buttons, it's just stitched together at the front, and you get it over your head. I really like the fit of it. It's obviously relaxed. You could, if you wanted to, and I plan to do this for my next version, just put buttons down the front. I straightened off the hem because it does have a curved hem, but I wanted it to be straight. Like I say, really relaxed. It does have a pleat in the back, and you can choose what kind of pleat you want to do, and the instructions include inverted and box pleat, and they also include gathering in that section as well. So yes, I'm really pleased with how it turned out, and I have worn it quite a lot. So I just want to say thank you, Kate, for this lovely fabric. I really appreciate it, and I hope you're not getting up at 4:45 anymore in the morning. So anyway, 1 second. And because I liked it so much, I made another one. So here is my, oh, that's a lot of print going on there. But this is another version, and as you can see, I went for the curved hem on this one, so I didn't straighten it off. And I have to admit, I do like the straighter hem better. I think I would wear it more. And this is a really lovely viscose rayon from Sew by the Sea, gifted to me by the lovely Jenny of Sew by the Sea. And yes, it's perfect for this shirt, and I really like it with jeans, but I've also worn it with black trousers, tucked into black trousers for work. So yes, I really like the Willamette shirt, and I would definitely recommend it if you're looking to make a shirt but you're a bit unsure, because it doesn't have a collar stand, it's a camp collar, so you just stitch it together and then attach the facing, which makes the notched collar there. Really great pattern, love that. Okay, so I'm going to get changed one more time, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so my last two makes, I also made, to wear under my Willamette shirts, I made a Deer and Doji vest, just from a black rib. So I'll try and insert a picture if I have one, but it's pretty standard, I'm sure you don't want to see that. So likewise, I made another Edie top, and Edie top, I always say Edie when I mean Edie, and this is obviously from the Sew Over It Work to Weekend ebook, and this is from a really lovely jersey from Pin and Sew, and again the friendship link is there, that I have been quite heavily involved with Pin and Sew, and like to think that I had a little bit to do with getting it out there and getting her amazing products more to the forefront of people's minds when they're thinking of knit fabrics. And yes, So this is a really lovely simple cotton jersey with a red stripe, and I love it. So next thing, I also made this t-shirt, which is a Seamwork Jane t-shirt, and the fabric is a mustard stripe from Girl Charlie, and the friendship link here is twofold. Firstly, I bought it from Girl Charlie, and I had the pleasure of working with Mark from Girl Charlie on the Cozy Cuddy Challenge. And originally, when the first time I went to the Knitting and Stitching show, I saw Mark there. He knew who I was and I knew who he was, but I was too shy to go and talk to him. So I messaged him after to say I was really sorry that I didn't say hello, but I was too shy. And so this time he made a conscious effort to signal to me to come and talk to him, which I did. And yes, that was really lovely, and he has been really generous with sponsoring our challenge in the past. Okay. So I'm hoping the frame hasn't changed too much, had to change my memory card. So the second link with this t-shirt is to the lovely Narissa. I know Narissa through Satisfaction. She came firstly to a Coco class that I was teaching at Satisfaction. I don't know why she came, because she didn't really need it, but anyway, I think it gave her confidence to take her sewing to the next level. And then she became involved with Satisfaction, and she helped Shona out. She deals with some of the online content. She arranges the blogger team and the blogger posts. And so I made more of a connection with her through Instagram and through Satisfaction. And recently, like I say, when I went to the Knitting and Stitching show, I bumped into her, which was lovely. She's always lovely to chat to. And we both spied this jersey at the same time and both purchased it. So she also made a loose fitting t-shirt. I think it was a named pattern t-shirt from the new book, but I can't remember what it's called. So we made quite similar versions, but yes, so that's another lovely connection that I have made. So I think that is it. Obviously, as I've evidenced, connections through the sewing community are a really great thing, and in a world where positivity is not something that seems to thrive, in our community I believe that it does, and I'm really pleased to have made connections with all of the people I've spoken about today, and many, many more. You'll know if you follow me and you've ever asked me a question, I always try and respond, because I honestly do cherish those connections. And so yeah, doing this vlog has made me realise that sewing really is a good thing, not just in terms of making garments, but also making friendships. So anyway, ramble over. Thanks for watching. I'll be back next week with something really exciting that's coming out this week. So I'll see you then. Bye.